Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Roslyn. On this channel I feature lifestyle, self-care, and inspiration. In today's video I'm going to show you how I make my delicious grilled cheese and my homemade tomato soup. Right here I have all of the ingredients that we need. I'm going to go ahead and do the prep work so we can get started. Really quickly, I'm going to be using the yellow Vermont cheddar cheese from the deli. It's thickly sliced. I'm also going to be using the artesian Sara Lee brioche bread. I'm going to be using a little sprinkle of garlic powder on my cheese. I'm going to be using a medium-sized onion, some tomato paste, vegetable broth. I'm going to use the Great Northern beans to thicken up the soup a little bit and add protein for me. Some tomatoes, olive oil, and some butter. Okay, this step is optional, but I use about a tablespoon of garlic and also pine nuts, and I ground and mix them together, and what it does is it gives it a little bit of a nutty flavor. And then when the garlic is mixed with the other ingredients that I'm using, it actually just makes it taste really tasteful and flavorful, and it drowns out a little bit of the tomato and brings in a little bit of the nutty taste. And I just like the consistency of it once I've mixed everything together. But again, this is totally optional. You don't have to add this part. The tomato soup tastes great just with the other ingredients. All right, so as you can see, I'm all prepped. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of the olive oil inside of a pan, and I'm going to let that heat up for just a few moments. The next thing that I'm going to do is I am going to add my onions. And once I get them all in there, I am simply just going to continue to let them heat up, and I'm going to stir them. And I really just want them to be translucent, so I don't want to burn them too much, because I do want them to cook a little bit as they're cooking in the paste. But for right now, I just want to make sure that they are nice and translucent. All right, so the next thing that I want to do is just add my tomatoes. Now you can use the just traditional tomatoes if you would like to for this recipe. I tend to like the ones that are in the can, and these are fairly sweet, so they work really well for me. I'm just going to mix them up really good. All right, and then I am going to add a half a teaspoon of salt and pepper mixed in. All right, and then I am going to add some sugar, and this just sweetens it up just a little bit. That is a tablespoon. I'm going to add the garlic and the pine nuts that I mixed together. I'm also going to add the tomato paste. It just adds a little bit more flavor. All right, and then I'm just going to mix it together for a little bit, and then I am going to add my vegetable broth. After adding the vegetable broth, I'm going to give it a little bit of a stir, and then I am going to turn it down just a little bit, and I'm going to let it cook for about 15 minutes. While I'm letting it cook, I'm going to go ahead and get started on my grilled cheese. All right, so I'm going to get out my slices of bread first, and then I am going to put butter on one side of each slice of bread. All right, next I'm going to make sure my skillet is warm, and I'm going to lay the first slice of bread down and place some cheese on it. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to place the other slice of bread with the butter up on top. And what I like to do is just give it maybe 45 seconds, depending on how hot the skillet is. You can always check it if you need to. I like for mine to be a little bit golden brown. The next thing that I do is I take a little bit of aluminum foil and I place it on top and I kind of cover it just a little bit. And this is so the cheese will melt a little more, because this is a thicker slice of cheese. If you're using a thin slice of cheese, you can definitely skip this step. And this is exactly what I'm looking for, the melted cheese, so it's looking really good. Now I'm going to place this on the rack so the bottom part doesn't get moist, and I am going to check on the soup. All right, so the soup is looking really good and it smells amazing. I am going to take a scooper and I am going to place some of it inside my NutriBullet. I'm going to then add the northern beans to it. And the northern beans, I have a half a cup. You can actually add more. You really don't taste the beans. I like adding the beans because it actually makes it a little thicker and richer from the blending all of the onions and stuff together, and it just gives it a little bit more of a texture. You can also add 2 tablespoons of butter as well. And now I'm going to slice into my grilled cheese just ever slightly. And oh my goodness, look at this gooey goodness. I'm gonna get ready for it to be plated. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.